Hey guys, what's up? This is Scoped and Shot, and this is Road to the Show episode 5 of my starting pitcher. This is a double-A game, I believe. Yes, it is. It's 12 strikeouts. It's a complete game shutout, so pretty much dominated. And this is I think I'm starting in the 4th inning. I cut out the first 3 to shorten the video up. So, anyways, this video is going to be about my predictions for the upcoming 2012 MLB season. And these are my real life predictions, so I have them all listed right here. So I'm gonna go through them and explain why I picked them, and see if you guys agree with me, and just leave some comments and say what you guys think, and if you guys think I'm wrong or anything. But let's get started. So I'm gonna go through some of my division winners and my wild card winners as well. For AL East, my winner is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know why I said the Tampa Bay, but yes, I had the Rays winning the AL East, and that's kind of like a surprise. I don't think many people predict that, but I'm predicting that because I think Tampa Bay has probably the best starters, or the starting pitching rotation, I guess, overall pitching in the league right now. I mean, they are loaded right now. I think they have 7 people who can play. That can actually pitch right now. They have David Price. You got Jeremy Hellickson, Matt Moore, Alex Cobb, Wade Davis, and who's the other guy? James Shields. And James Shields almost won the Cy Young last year. And you have all those guys, and then you got Evan Longoria over there at third, and whatever offensive pieces you have in the team. B.J. Upton, I think he's gonna have a decent season as well. But I don't really know any other offensive guys in the team. But yeah, I think those guys are gonna, they're gonna be crucial for them. I think that the pitching staff is gonna be really good this season. For the AL West, I still think, despite Albert Pujols getting signed, I think it's gonna be the Tampa Bay Rays or Texas Rangers for the 3rd year in a row, because that offense is just insane. And every single year they lose their best pitcher, and it seems like they just get a little bit better. I mean, this year they lost C.J. Wilson, but Alexia Gondo, I think, is starting. I thought I heard that Natalie Feliz is moving from closer to starter. I'm not sure, though. But apparently he might be starting, which will be freaking awesome. Then you got Yu Darvish, and then you got whoever else is in there. You got Derek Holland. So, you got all these good pitchers that are in their pitching rotation that should be good enough. And plus, I think they have the best overall offense in the league right now. Well, I don't know, maybe not against the Yankees, but yeah, I do think that the Rangers will come out of the AL West. In the AL Central, I think it's going to be the Detroit Tigers, because AL Central is getting a little bit weaker. I mean, the Indians are trying to stay in there, but I don't know. They're going to have a tough time this year. But they do have some good pieces in there. But Prince Fielder and Justin Verlander, that's going to be pretty hard to beat. So, if you guys didn't know, there's going to be 2 wild cards for each league this year. And there's the 2 wild cards that make it into the postseason. What's going to happen is that they're going to play a 1-game playoff, and then whoever wins that is going to face whatever team is next that they have to face. So my 2 wild card predictions is New York and Los Angeles. I think Albert Pujols and C.J. Wilson are very good for that team. They have a really good pitching staff as well. You got Dan Herron, Jared Weaver, Irvin Santana, C.J. Wilson, and there's one more guy that I'm missing. But that's a pretty good rotation right there. And plus, you got some pretty good offense in there, so I definitely think that they'll make it. And just the Yankees are going to make it, probably. They got Michael Pineda, which I don't really feel all the hype for that guy. I didn't think he's really that good. It's CC Sabathia and that dominating lineup. All those guys that they got that can hit. So that's my those are my winners for that one. Now we go to the NL. I think in the NL East, it's a no-brainer. It's going to be the Phillies for now, because they got that dominating pitching staff as well. I think it's 2nd best in the league. The offense is going to be a very big question for the Phillies this year, but I think they'll get it down for a little bit, and then once they get their guys back, I think they'll do all right. For the NL West, I think San Francisco, because I think the NL West is kind of losing a lot of things. The Diamondbacks are still there, obviously, and I think the only reason San Francisco didn't win last year is because their catcher, God, I always forget names when I'm doing commentaries, but Buster Posey. Buster Posey was out, so I think that help them return. For the NL Central, I have Milwaukee, but I almost wanted to pick the Reds for a second. But I think Milwaukee will be back this year. But I think the Reds do have a chance of winning that division. But I think Milwaukee, there's not really anyone else that's really a big pick in the division as of right now. So, all right, we're going to go to the wild cards of the NL. And I have the Nationals and the D-backs. Kind of interesting. I think the Nationals, Steven Strasburg, is going to help them out a lot this year, even though he does have an innings limit this year. And then also you got, I love the signing of Edwin Jackson. I love that. And then they got some really, I think Jordan Zimmerman, he's pretty good. And then they just got so many guys that are going to be helping them out this season. And then I think the D-backs are just the only other team that can really make the playoffs. I think those Ian Kennedy they got there, and they got like 2 other good pitchers, and Paul Goldschmidt and all those guys. I think that they'll help them get back to the postseason again. For the 2 AL wildcards, I think Los Angeles will win their 1-game playoff, but it's going to be close. It just depends on who they pitch in that game, honestly. I think that both offenses can match up pretty well, almost. It just depends on the pitching. If CC Sabathia is pitching, I think they might win, but I don't know. For right now, I want to pick Los Angeles. And then for NL, I think the Nationals are going to win their wild card. All right, so whoever faces who. My ALCS, I have Rangers versus Tampa Bay. And then for NLCS, I have the Philadelphia versus the Nationals. And I think in those 2 matchups, I think the Rangers, I think that they got an explosive offense, obviously, but I think Tampa Bay has too many pitchers that can match up against them. So I'm going to pick Tampa Bay over the Rangers for now. And then for NLCS, Phillies versus Nationals, I almost picked the Nationals, but I think it'll be close. I think it'll go down to 6 or 7 games, but I think Philly's going to win. And in the World Series, you're going to have a rematch from 2009, 8, I think 2008. And the rematch of those 2, Philly versus Tampa, I have the winner being Tampa Bay because I don't believe in Philadelphia's offense right now. I mean, unless they can get like another big trade again this season, it's going to be pretty tough for Philadelphia. But I think Tampa Bay, I'm so high in those 7 pitchers that they got right now. I mean, that's just insane to have that many good pitchers on one staff. So, winner, Tampa Bay. For my Cy Young Award winners, coincidentally, I didn't realize this, but I picked 2 pitchers from the World Series teams. I have for the AL, I have David Price as my Cy Young. I think David Price is bound to have a good season. However, you got to remember that Justin Verlander is still alive. Well, not really, but he's pretty young. But Justin Verlander is like 29. But I think David Price is just bound to have a really good season finally. I mean, he has had some good ones, but I think David Price is finally gonna get it done. And then I have Cliff Lee for the NL because Cliff Lee just constantly dominates. I mean, I think he finished 3rd last year. So Cliff Lee, I think Cliff Lee's gonna pull it off, and he's gonna be the NL Cy Young. I think it'll go down to him and maybe Tim Lincecum. So my MVP award winners: Josh Hamilton from the Rangers. I think I love Josh Hamilton. I love that whole Rangers outfield. You got Josh Hamilton and Nelson Cruz, and I forgot who was in left field, but I think Josh Hamilton definitely. And for the NL, I didn't really know anyone to pick. Oh yeah, by the way, for AL, I think it might come down to him and Josh Hamilton and Jose Bautista. I think Josh Hamilton. For the NL, I couldn't really think of anyone else to pick other than maybe Carlos Gonzalez, but I think Joey Votto from the Reds will get it done. And I don't really know of any big rookies this year, but if I had to pick one, I'm pretty sure there's 2 rookies, right, from each division or from each side, but I can't remember. But anyways, I'm gonna pick Matt Moore from the Tampa Bay Rays because I love Matt Moore. Love that whole pitching staff, of course, but I think Matt Moore will probably get this year. So those are all my predictions. Let me know what you guys think about them. If you guys think that they're retarded or anything, but I do like what I'm picking this year. So anyways, so I'm gonna get to the game right now. So it looks like I'm in the bottom of the 8th or top of the 8th, I think. Still pitching a shutout, dominating the minor leagues right now. This is a Double-A game, even though I am in the MLB right now, but I haven't recorded any games yet. But Yeah, my stats have definitely gone up, and I learned a new pitch. I think I learned a cutter, maybe? Either cut up or maybe a circle change. Um, but yeah, I mean, I dominated this league. I like how I throw a curveball that's in like the bottom 70s, like 70, 69 miles per hour. And I still dominated and got to the MLB within like 2 months. So, yeah, I don't really have that much to talk about, but let's talk about real life baseball. And if you guys have probably left a comment already, but you guys can leave another comment or whatever. But let me know how you guys are doing in your real life baseball. I know a lot of you guys who watch me play baseball and whatnot. So let me know how you guys are doing right now and whatever you're playing. Your travel league, your high school league, whatever. I got to pitch for varsity. I'm on varsity this year. Well, it's weird. I'm on varsity, but I'm not on varsity. And here's why, because all the positions for varsity this year are pretty much taken. Like I'm not gonna be starting shortstop or whatever, but pitching is gonna be very bad this year, and I'm one person who gets to actually pitch. I don't know, because there isn't really anyone else that can pitch. I'm gonna be called on a lot to pitch for varsity. Our first game is tomorrow on Monday, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be starting for varsity tomorrow. Oh God. I pitched a scrimmage for varsity. It's really weird. I'm really glad I got to pitch in that scrimmage because I was so nervous, and I think it got my nerves out of my system a little bit. But I was really nervous. It was the first time I've actually pitched in a live game in like a year or two. Look at that poor defense by me. But yeah, it was the first time I pitched in a while, and my first pitch gets swung on and it hit like right to the center fielder. And then my next 3 pitches result in 2 hits. So I got really nervous, and I actually got called a balk because on my pitching stance, I like to have my arm hang down in front of me. Like I don't have the ball in my hand and keep it behind my my butt. I have my ball in the glove, and I have my arm hang down. And the umpire came out and warned me about that. He said that you're not allowed to do that. He said that they changed the rule this year. And I was like, okay, whatever. And 2 pitches later, I'm taking the sign, and I let my arm hang down, and well, I guess you're allowed to let it hang down, but you can't move it. And I like to move. I like to let it hang and whatever. And I did that. I got called a balk on, but after that, I settled down, and I actually got some. Well, actually, my infield made an error or 2, which kind of pissed me off. But I think I kept my composure pretty well, and I got out. So yeah, I should be pitching varsity tomorrow, I think. Oh God, help me. But hopefully I do well. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know how you guys are doing in your baseball. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a nice day. Like the video, comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you guys later.